America's future is in financial distress. Many in the political center may want to consider this observation about our future prior to casting their votes in 2012. After all, voting is about that future. America's enormous financial debt is due to one thing and one thing only: a demand by about half this nation to spread the wealth around, to gain a middle-class living standard by taking it from others. These welfare and public union and retirement entitlement demands are so expensive that they only can be paid for through huge transfers of wealth from future generations to today's, taking money from the next generation to pay for the unearned, by definition unearned, gratification of this generation. And that's a problem, because those demanding this wealth transfer, Democrats, aren't populating the next generation. Total fertility rate is the average number of children the average woman in a group will have in her lifetime. A total fertility rate of 2.1 means the population is stable. Higher than 2.1 means the population is growing. Lower than 2.1 means the population is shrinking. Lower than 2.1 means that population does not believe in the future enough to populate it. Here is the red-blue state map from the 2008 presidential election. These are the blue states with the total fertility rate at or over 2.1, the states whose voters actually believe in a future. All densely populated blue states are shrinking in population. All. And in the growing blue states, it is red counties that are growing. Democrats, those demanding higher deficits and debt, are refusing to populate the future to help pay off their demands of today. A shrinking blue state population means increasing debt burdens on each future child. These are the red states with fertility at or over 2.1. In these states are being born and raised the children of non-Democrats who will be taxed tomorrow for the demands of Democrats today. And because the blue state populations are shrinking, these children will be taxed at ever higher rates. Democrats don't believe in the future enough to populate it. So why are we distributing from non-Democrats to give Democrats a higher standard of living in a future in which neither they nor their children will participate? This is a truly free lunch for today's Democrats at the expense of the children of non-Democrats. Take all the money, don't pay it back. Now, there may be something more immoral than demanding debt on future generations, yet being unwilling to populate those future generations to pay that debt. And there may be something more immoral than demanding other people lower the standard of living of their children for the sake of the selfish instant gratification demands of today. But it's pretty hard to think what those things might be. So, if you're in the center and aren't really sure what the debt ceiling and deficit fuss is all about, but if you have or want to have kids, you might want to consider this. Voting for Democrats is voting to burden your children's futures to pay for the instant gratification of those who don't believe in the future and who won't be around to help pay their bills. Voting for Democrats is voting for people demanding to freeload on other people's children. Voting for Democrats is voting for people demanding to freeload on your children and their children forever. Just something to think about as you make your voting decisions in 2012.